Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 34 of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jeff Mayo.
I'm Will Outlaw. Darby's getting water.
And I'm Darby Holland.
Okay, Darby, you can take over again.
I like that. I think Jeff should be the person from now on to do that. The introducer.
Oh, God, this is mutiny.
Yep.
I'm going to get overthrown.
We're actually kicking you out of your house right now. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'll just leave. I'll just get out of here. I know my place.
But leave your laptop.
We need this.
Yeah.
And this.
Yeah, you need everything I have. How are you guys doing?
I'm pretty good. Done with classes. Just got exams.
Lucky dog.
I'm in final project, final essay, everything. I have a lot of stuff to do. Mm-hmm. And I know you do, Will.
Well, I finished one of the hardest weeks of my school career.
Yeah.
So now I'm relaxing.
That was good.
So I'm good now, yeah.
That was good. Have you recovered from last Saturday?
No, not really. It was a pretty bad game.
It was terrible. We are, by the way, me and Will go to University of South Carolina, and we just played Clemson. Play is a questionable term.
We were there.
We did. Our players were on the field. That's about all I can give them credit for.
They're there physically, but not in spirit.
No.
Maybe they were for a first quarter, and then it just went down the drain.
Yeah.
So.
Well, have you guys been playing video games in this 2-week break in our podcast?
I actually have.
Hey,
Kinda, sorta.
Good for you, Jeff. What have you been playing?
I've been playing as much as I want to. Over Thanksgiving break a little bit. I played some South Park.
Yes.
The Fractured
Finally.
Whole.
You've had it since day one, right?
Yeah. And I'm not going to go into details that I told these guys. Wasn't for one of our friends getting me into something. I could have finished that game easily, but I'm like 7 or 8 hours in. But I'm probably not as far into the story as you normally at that point, because just like with the Stick of Truth, the beginning of the game, I made my character, did the first stuff they forced you to do, then I just went all around town and did all I could. Just at the beginning.
Well, how is it comparing like humor and combat and everything wise to Stick of Truth for you so far? Like,
it's hard to say for humor at this point. I mean, it's been funny, but again, I've been kind of just been messing around, so I haven't done much of the story stuff. The side stuff still is coming funny, but
yeah,
I feel like to compare it, I gotta get farther in.
Right. Yeah.
For the combat, it gets a little early to say, but I guess I'm probably liking this more.
And just so everyone knows, it was a decently big departure from the last combat, or at least it was a different style. It was still the turn-based ish, but it went more grid.
Yeah,
grid-based,
I guess like I already said, now it was grid-based. The former thing was pretty much Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Which is good, but it was kind of more bare bones.
Right.
This is exactly like a huge step up in how good it is. I mean, somewhat bare bones, but I feel like there's more there, at least at the moment. I'm still not, I guess, technically that far, so more mechanics and stuff will come.
Yeah, I think that's one complaint that like people who are more into video games have is that it's kind of like really easy and bare bones. But obviously they're making this game so that someone who just likes South Park and doesn't like video games necessarily can pick it up and not get destroyed. So I think it's probably one of those, if you go into it with the right mindset, it'll be fine. But obviously if it's too easy, it could be a problem. And I guess that's,
Yeah, definitely. If just in case you were wondering, this game is just for South Park fans. If you don't like South Park, you're not gonna like this game or its style of humor.
Right.
You can have not watched South Park the last little bit and go in fine.
Yeah, basically if South Park humor offends you or just doesn't,
you just don't like it.
Doesn't
you just
vibe
don't laugh.
with you. Yeah.
There's no point in playing this game.
Right. Because I mean, it is like wholeheartedly South Park, like from the art style to the jokes to everything.
It's like you're playing a season of the show,
which is
great.
So cool. It's just if you had gone back even just like 6 years ago or something and said that one day a South Park video game would be this authentic, you'd probably never
Yeah, and they're taking me on like saying you get 2 good South Park games that are
right.
It's authentic. You'd be like, you're a madman.
We went through. I think I played one of the terrible Family Guy games in middle school, and it's just it's dark times.
Yeah,
for multiple reasons.
For multiple reasons.
I
it was
played
also
the
middle school.
Simpsons game in middle school. It was
now, sorry. Well, go ahead.
It's one thing. I had a lot of fun with it at the time. It was very silly, but it probably wasn't that great of a game. But it was co-op though, so I played with my sister.
I will fight till the day I die that The Simpsons Hit and Run was great. Everyone played. Like, did you not play that game?
No, what is that?
Almost everyone I know played it. It was like a PS2 game.
Don't you still have it somewhere?
I do still have it somewhere. I put so many hours into that as a kid. It's basically like
We should find it.
GTA type thing, but with Simpsons.
What?
You just like it's kind of open worldish. Like you have
That's
different
funny.
areas and you drive around as The Simpsons. I barely even watched The Simpsons. And I played that game all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, anything else besides South Park, or is that? Or do you have anything more to say about South Park?
One of those things. Unfortunately, I don't want to say more because spoilers.
Yeah.
Because this more than anything, you don't want to say story stuff because you won't find it as funny if you know stuff ahead of time. So
Right.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I will give further impressions in the future of more I play.
Overall, positive so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely want to continue playing that.
Isn't it around like 20 hours?
I looked at just out of curiosity, like how long to beat.com or whatever.
Yeah.
Apparently, main story, if you do main story, is 15 hours, and the main story plus extra stuff, like just the side quest, is like about 20 hours.
Okay.
So I should be, I don't know, pretty close to halfway done, I guess. Depending how much I did go off the regular path.
Yeah.
But not all I played. Today, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out.
Yep.
And I played the first chapter of it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how anime?
Look, definitely pretty anime. Some of the action scenes, pretty anime in the best way.
Yeah.
All right, scale of 1 to 10, how pornographic?
That's the question.
4.
Okay.
Surprisingly low.
Is that safe for work or?
But maybe that's not that low if you think that 10 is like actual porn, and then 1 is like Mr. Rogers.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's really not that bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean, Pyra, the main girl character's outfit, is terrible, and they do stuff like. I don't feel bad about spoiling this. When you first see her or something, the main character Rex is looking at her, and then the camera for 2 seconds goes on her breast. It's like, why do you do that?
Because
right
of course it does.
yeah, I got a feeling he's gonna do more stuff like that, but I don't know. I'd rather that stuff definitely not be in the game, but is that kind of stuff not to take away from me unless it really goes crazy.
I
with
mean,
it.
it is like
Fair enough.
all this is like a lot of times it's just cultural differences between us and Japan. But
Yeah.
Very Japanese.
yeah.
I mean, also when I talk about stuff, people keep in mind I played and completed Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Yes, which if you don't know what that game is, just go look it up and you'll know that if Jeff goes through that, then
It's
Jeff
that
will go
Fire
through
Emblem
everything.
Shin Megami Tensei crossover thing.
Okay.
It is Japan. It's like Xenoblade times 10 when it comes to Japan, the Japan aspect.
But
of
the
it.
story has been pretty serious so far in a good way. Again, first chapter.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying the story. I'm liking the characters so far.
That's good.
I'm playing with the English dub right now, just to try that out because I've seen I've been following the reviews and stuff, which have been mainly positive beside a couple people.
Yeah. Good old Jason Schreier.
Yeah, which is fair. This is not a game for everyone. And he was up saying like, "Hey, I didn't like the original Xenoblade."
Yeah. His criticism seemed fair, but
Oh, no, they
everything
were.
he was saying, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of every JRPG, but I understand. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. But what was I about to say? Oh yeah. I did the English voice acting. It's honestly not that bad. I think they used the worst bits in the trailer from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Like the main character trying to yell like he's attacking someone is awful. I think any of us could do a better job at it. As bad as that sounds, but overall, I'm liking the voice cast.
That's good. That's good.
And overall character designs again, other than Pyra,
Right.
they're good.
Combat.
A little slow right now because and that's been one criticism.
Lots of tutorials, right?
Yeah. So far, it's fine, and I kind of like the complicated combat stuff, so I'm curious to see where it goes and how you get all the blades and the little gotcha stuff.
Yeah.
Part of that, to me, is exciting for some reason, just because it means my play through should be different as far as what I do in combat than other people's, because from the reviews I've seen, the blades you get, especially the rare ones that actually have unique designs, you can only get so many in the game, so you won't get all of them.
Yeah.
So my experience as far as like what blades I get in some combat stuff should be different from other people. It's
Okay.
kind of exciting to me.
Yeah.
And The gacha thing, at least they're not doing microtransactions. Good on Nintendo. They could have done that.
That is true. But with how many different systems are in that game, it definitely you could have added.
Yeah. And I just got some new mechanics during the last little thing I did, and I definitely see the combat getting more exciting as you go. And a lot of people, again, this is only so far, like 2.5, 3 hours or something, first chapter, whatever. People worried about enemies being damage sponges or whatever.
Yeah.
I haven't really had that problem. I mean, it was kind of that way in the beginning because you don't really have many moves and you're one person. But like more people and more moves, it went by quicker.
Cool.
I know it doesn't mean as much to you guys, but
I mean to people who've played these games.
Yeah, and it's people who were interested in this game and have some worries.
I guess the last thing is it open world like Chronicles was like.
I think it's supposed to be, but I haven't gotten to that part where you can really go out. Right now it is very linear, but
that might just be the beginning.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the beginning. It will really go off at some point.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm very enjoying this game. I wish I had more time to play before Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah, that is. But winter break's coming up, so you will be able to play it at least.
Yeah, the Persona is also there.
Will, what have you been playing?
I'm so close to the infamous platinum. I can taste it.
It's how many
so
trophies
close.
away?
What trophies you got to get? Because I was considering going for it, and I was like, eh.
Well, right now, all I have to do is I have 3 more chapters to beat, and then I have 1 trophy where I have to destroy like 10 ammo boxes and kill people.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I've done basically everything. Got all the collectibles and all that jazz.
I think the only ones I had to beat were beating it like on hard mode.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like, expert mode. I didn't feel like doing that. And I think where you hover for a certain distance. So that would have been fine, but I didn't know until. But I wasn't gonna do hard mode. It's like no point in really doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, so expert mode hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm almost done with that. What were you gonna say?
No.
Okay.
So,
and then still a little bit of Rocket League, trying to get that plat as well. I'm kind of getting bored of it now because I played it so long. I've played like 8 hours.
I understand
that game.
Yeah.
Are you playing with friends out of curiosity?
I haven't yet. No.
Okay, I can imagine that helps you get bored faster.
Yeah. Agreed.
Definitely over winter break. I want to play with you. Like before you get completely burnt out on it.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Well, yeah, I'll have to get you to play with me just for the plat anyway.
That's fine. I somehow got the plat.
No, we can all bring our PS4s here and get multiple TVs and play.
No, yeah, I do want to do that.
That would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have I played? Oh yeah, I bought Final Fantasy 15 not too long ago. I've only played a couple hours.
Like absurdly cheap, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're
$10.
farther than Darby now.
Yes. I have 1 hour.
Yeah, like...
And I had to delete it off my PS4 finally because it just takes it's like 60 gigs or something ridiculous.
67 gigabytes for that game, so have fun finding room for that.
I got one thing to ask you guys, but keep on going.
I mean, that was about it. What was your question?
I was about to ask, just so I guess people know what could happen. You bought Final 15. Did anyone have any Black Friday hauls?
I got Wolfenstein 2 for $25 and I got Doom for $15. That's the only things I got.
Yeah, anything, Will?
I got a new controller for $40 and Horizon for $20.
I got Nier Automata for $20, $25.
Nice.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 for $15 or $20, one of those. And I got Gravity Rush 2 for $30.
Very nice.
It's like, it's not going to be any lower at this point.
Can I just borrow your Gravity Rush 2?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So I played the demo for that. Seemed pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Jeff are big fans of the original. Okay, I'm sorry. This is gonna be a long "What have you been playing?" section because I do have something very insane to talk about.
I know it's good.
I played this week Doki Doki Literature Club. Now the name sounds crazy, but this game presents itself. It's free on Steam. It presents itself like it's a generic, like really crappy dating sim with all the advertisement, everything is just these girls with just pink and all over the place. It's just
Scale
bright,
1 to 10. How
bright
pornographic?
Pretty pornographic. A lot higher.
More than Xenoblade.
And it presents that way, and for 2 hours, it is that. It's like a straight up just really crappy. Like every girl's a stereotype. They're just like swooning over you, all this stuff. It's just a really crappy dating sim. Then it takes a turn. And for the next like 2 hours, it is not that. I am going to like be as vague as I possibly can because legitimately this is free on Steam. I think everyone, you two, everyone listening needs to go out and play this game and don't look at anything. Like don't look at a single thing. I'm not kidding. This is one of the most creative and brilliant games I've ever played in my entire life. I'm not even joking. I don't want to overhype it too much, but like because I literally just finished it today, so I'm like high off of it. But this game, like, it messes with game files. Like, I was actually, like, going back and forth in the game files because as the game goes on, like, messages start appearing in the game files or files start going away and coming on, and there's, like, messages in there. You can, like, delete things in the game file and it affects the game. Like, you see what happens in the game. It takes over your mouse sometimes.
What the heck?
Like, sometimes, like, it messes with your computer or whatever. The game can delete itself. Like, it's like Kojima-esque stuff going on. And I had to end up watching Matt Pat stream it for like the last hour and a half because I'm a baby. Like, it is, because I will say, warning, like legitimate warning, there's a warning in the game when you go into it. Don't you look at the trailer. Don't look at anything. There's a warning.
Don't even look at screens.
No, I'm serious. Don't do this.
Don't
like,
look at anything?
No, I don't want you to be spoiled for anything. There's a warning before the game that if you have depression or anxiety, like severe anxiety issues, that this game might not be for you. And it like legit, if you actually have like, you know, if you think that disturbing images and like stuff like that could affect you, legitimately this game could trigger someone. It's something like that. It's an experience. Like, everyone go play it. It's called Doki Doki Literature Club. It's free. I'm not kidding. This is
if I watch
really
the
good
streamer
game.
play it, would it be?
That's a close second. That'll be good. I'll allow that.
All right.
I had to do that at the end
Yeah.
because I couldn't deal with it anymore. But this game is crazy, and more people need to play it. More people need to see it because it's so impressive, and it kind of blows my mind that it's free. But yeah,
Wow. High praise.
it's really
Kind
cool.
of creeped out.
It is a really, really cool game. It's very, very cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hopefully in a few weeks you guys will have played it, and then
Yeah.
I won't sound like a madman. And because
You are a madman.
I legitimately would like to do a spoiler cast or a discussion or something about this game because it's just really, really cool. But you do have to go through 2 hours of crappy dating sim, and it's a slog because I hate dating sims, and it was a slog to get through. But once you get through that,
So it just like turns horrific like halfway through or something?
just a bunch of weird stuff starts happening.
Like paranormal?
I'm not spoiling anything. Just weird, like meta stuff starts happening. You'll have to see. The game
That sounds
gets
super
weird.
creepy.
It's pretty creepy, but
So they like start calling you out for playing the game?
I'm not
like,
saying
well,
anything
breaking
more.
fourth.
I'm expecting at least one of those girls turn out to be a psychopath.
Yeah.
She's a very nice girl, and then her eyes get all crazy.
Or Jeff, if you want to stream it, we've never streamed anything for Nerds at Large. Like, I would have been the more ideal one because I would have freaked out about it, whereas you probably won't freak out as much. But you know,
We can try it.
yeah. All right, well, we can move on to the news.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. In the future, I'm not going to sound this crazy when you guys also love this game.
Should I turn on the lights? Is it gonna get dark?
Yeah, probably.
It is 4:30.
All right, Jeff, news jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. We got a fair amount of news, gentlemen. I guess also as people know, we're not 100% sure how we're going to set this up, but there's no regular main topic. We're going to do our PSX Game Awards betting special thing, but we don't know if it's going to be part of this podcast or just its own separate thing.
I mean, they'll figure it out when it's
Yeah.
the final release. But if it's not on this podcast, check it out on YouTube.
Just letting people
There's
know
no-
when there's no, or this thing's shorter than
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. First article comes from Jordan Alleman from IGN. Belgium's Gaming Commission has announced that it will attempt to ban loot boxes in Europe after constituting blind microtransactions to be gambling. The report comes from VTM News, spotted by PC Gamer, and marks the conclusion of an ongoing investigation into the role of loot boxes in video games, whether they can be considered a form of gambling. The commission ruled that randomized loot crates constitute the mixing of money and addiction and are therefore a form of gambling no different from the risk-focused gains found in a modern casino. Belgian Minister of Justice Cohen Geens believes that if gamers are not provided with enough information and cannot fully understand the nature of the purchase, loot boxes and gambling elements within video games should be prohibited. Quote, mixing gambling and gaming, especially at a young age, is dangerous for the mental health of a child, end quote. The investigation and this latest ruling are a response to recent controversy surrounding Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA came under fire for the inclusion of loot boxes in the multiplayer portion of the game, leading to a temporary deactivation of all microtransactions, apparently at the behest of Disney's Bob Iger. Gaines also announced that the Belgian Commission will be taking their concerns about video game gambling to Europe. Quote, we will certainly try to ban loot boxes, end quote.
Yeah, so I mean, we've kind of talked about this in the past when we've talked about microtransactions and, you know, whether they're gambling. This is just the first time or at least first big time I know of where it's actually it's going into court.
Is that a thing? I can't remember.
Do what?
I think people from Hawaii were looking into this. I might be completely off base.
Maybe. I mean, it's not. It's far from the first time, but like since it's talking about EA and this has been like Battlefront's definitely been the biggest.
We're gonna try to get this banned all over Europe.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I kind of forgot where maybe you guys where do you guys stand on whether microtransactions are like? Do you consider them gambling? It's like, should things be going this far with microtransactions?
I don't consider it exactly the same as gambling because technically you get something out of all this stuff. It may not necessarily what you want.
Right.
I don't know. I get their argument in a way. It's weird.
Yeah. Also, like, aren't all like claw machines and stuff? Isn't that technically gambling as well? 'Cause
I guess there'd be an argument that that is true.
I guess then Will brings a good point. Is this a slippery slope if we just call microtransactions gambling?
Right. I think it is. I think it's kind of. I don't know. I think it's a little dangerous just to call the entire practice itself as just label it as like gambling, like across the board. I think certain uses of microtransaction, there might be an argument that there should be legal actions because it's just predatory. I mean, all microtransactions are predatory to a certain extent because they're trying to like play on your emotions to get you to buy things. It's just, that's just simple as it is. But I don't like. I just don't like the idea of. I just hope that this can be like held down before we have to have governments coming in to regulate this stuff. Mm-hmm. I would rather have the market regulate it and speak like they did with Battlefront. You know, like the vocal reaction to that got them at least temporarily taken out of it. And I prefer having the market regulate it like that rather than having government. And I think that, it's easy to say like, yay, see, like we won, but yeah. I feel like this might be a step too far, and like you said, it might be a slippery slope to the point where,
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. And then, obviously they're saying they're looking to do it. Nothing's been done yet.
And I have a feeling it won't, or at least it won't in America. I don't think this is...
that'd be pretty hard, I think, in America to do.
That brings up an interesting discussion. Let's say, just hypothetically, he does get banned in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
How will game developers look at that now that... America's the biggest one for the most part still, depending on game.
Yeah. Do you build it and then just turn them off in Europe? But then is the game even fun anymore? Or depending on it,
Then you get the whole thing of you can play people in Europe, the people in America, hypothetically in America who can get the microtransaction stuff have an unfair advantage.
Right.
So you have separate servers for the continent.
It would get messy. It would get really messy, and there'd probably be a number of developers that would be like, screw it, we're not doing it, which is, I guess, is maybe a positive thing, but it's, we're going to come to an issue because part of the reason, as much as I don't like microtransactions and stuff, part of the reason they're happening is because games are insanely expensive to make, and they're getting more and more expensive to make, but games are staying $60. Mm-hmm. So something's gonna have to give. Like the base price of games are gonna have to go up, or microtransactions stay, or something, because these developers need to be getting more money than they are, and that's what this was born of. To begin with. I mean, I think the way EA was doing it was greedy and too far, but if we take a stand and like they go away completely, then the base price of games is probably going to go up, and people aren't going to be happy about that either.
Yeah.
Either way, more money is going to have to come from the consumer eventually, or this whole thing's going to not be sustainable. And I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Oh yeah.
No, I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes, and of course we'll talk about it if things go really crazy.
I'd like to go back on our podcast and every other gaming podcast and see how many weeks in a row microtransactions has been talked about dating back to October, because I feel like it's been.
I would assume at least it's every week.
I feel like there's at least been one story about it. I mean, it's
especially when we do it weekly.
It's what's going on in video games right now.
Yeah.
It's arguably that's going to be one of the things that 2017 is remembered for.
Yeah,
is this coming to a head?
Yeah. And let's continue talking about EA and microtransactions real quick. This comes from Ty Kim from CNBC. Don't get stories from them often. Electronic Arts shareholders are running for the hills this month, and for good reason. The company's profitable business model is now at risk after angry gamers revolted over its aggressive in-game money-making strategy in Star Wars Battlefront 2. EA stock is down 8.5% month to date through Tuesday compared with the S&P 500's 2% gain, wiping out $3.1 billion of shareholder value. Its competitors Take-Two and Activision Blizzard shares are up 5% and 0.7% respectively during the same time period.
Whew, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
If everything didn't already send the message to EA about this, then losing that much money and that much shareholders will.
I'm very curious to see what the NPDs are for November, where Battlefront lands.
That'll be fascinating.
That is going to be really interesting. I think I saw some people saying numbers are the early numbers are already really bad. It wasn't including digital, which is part of it. But
also, I'm actually curious. And this is the first time we're kind of really looking at it, at least this way. Curious to see how many old games will get up there because of Black Friday.
I saw Wolfenstein 2 was the top selling on Black Friday, or at least it was the top viewed something. It was some IGN put up something.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't look too much into it, but they just said just from their data, and it didn't like any officials. That's why it's not in this podcast.
Yeah,
at least those sales data. But yeah, I saw it.
Tentatively,
I can imagine that because
of how cheap it was.
Yeah,
it was $25 when it's. I mean, you got it.
It literally just came out. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning to get Wolfenstein for a while, but I was like, when's it going to be $25 again? Or how much lower than $25 is it going to get in the next year or two? Yeah. Because the game, that's kind of unheard of.
It just came out a month ago.
Yeah, the game's out for a month, and it was down to 25. More over 50%. It was down to about the level that Nier and Horizon was.
I can imagine that will actually help Wolfenstein. It could be higher this month just because the Black Friday stuff came out right after Wolfenstein came out, that it'll be on sale, or at least not long.
Overall,
after.
I feel like that's net positive, but it's almost yay question mark yay yes.
I mean, they're still technically making less money. I guess.
It's good for them that they finally sold a bunch more, but they sold a bunch more at such a lower price. Is it a good thing? I don't know, but.
Yeah. I like how we were talking about EA losing money, and then we talked about getting to Wolfenstein.
That's how it goes.
Yep. So, do we have any more to say about EA losing all this money? Other than
I just think it's going to make it even worse for EA just going forward. And I'm just the more fascinating thing is going to be what EA does. The next Battlefront, if there is a next Battlefront, or just they're as they do more of these games, Respawn Star Wars game and Anthem and stuff like this, is it going to be... They're going to have to tread carefully because everyone's on their guard when it comes to...
I bet they're looking at the Anthem stuff we got to change stuff in a hurry.
I almost guarantee you stuff that was already in plans for Anthem is being canned after Battlefront. There was going to be microtransaction stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And there might still be, but they're definitely going to have to be careful, as careful as possible with it. Which, overall, I think is a good thing for us.
Yeah.
It's crazy, $3.1 billion in shareholder value. It's crazy, but I mean, I think overall, it's going to make games better for us, at least for the short term.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, so we'll move on. This comes from Jason Schreier from Kotaku. The only thing blog post from this week, Bungie outlined future content plans for Destiny 2, including a new tier of weapons, private matches for player versus player battles, and better rewards for Strike, Avengers, and Lost Sectors. The blog post attributed to the Destiny dev team and introduced by directors Luke Smith and Chris Barnett comes after weeks of anger from the Destiny 2 community and offers a ton of specific details on what's coming and when will arrive. Quote, "We know it's frustrating when there isn't enough of dialogue within the development team," the pair wrote. "You have our commitment that we're going to do a better job going forward." End quote. Smith and Barnett also addressed widespread fans' complaints that Destiny 2's endgame had left them cold, signaling that they sympathize with those who missed the grind. Quote, "Going forward, Destiny 2's post-launch game systems, features, and updates are being designed specifically to focus on and support players who want Destiny to be their hobby, the game they return to, and a game where friendships are made. They wrote, we want Destiny to be a game that fits into your life, providing you with reasons to log in and play with your friends, clans, and families. We want Destiny to be a world you want to be part of." End quote. Some of the features will be implemented on December 5th with the launch of the upcoming downloadable content, Curse of Osiris. Others will go live on December 12th, and a few more will be available in January. And the rest of the article just has a whole bunch of other junk about it, about what this stuff includes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not paying attention completely. Did that say anything about what happened with them lying about the experience points?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
My bad.
Do you guys know about that?
I saw some vague stuff about it, so that's probably why it's not in here, because I've been following that.
That's basically the reason why this blog post happened. Is that, and I'm just kind of going off of memory, so I'm sorry if I get things wrong, but it was something was happening where it was like the game, like Bungie and Inside Destiny, it was telling you were getting a certain amount of experience for doing these actions, but people looked into it and you were actually getting like several thousand less than that. So like they were telling you one thing and you were getting less experience for it. I don't know what it was, but it was something, and it started on Reddit. People figured this out, and there was lots of outrage. And then Bungie canceled the stream they were going to have and put this up instead. So there's kind of been like talks of like a lot of people are like, it didn't directly affect me what they were doing. In the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that big of a deal. But at the same time, it's like they did lie. Like they weren't upfront about things with this. So I mean, like, how does that make you feel? Like, Will, as far as someone who plays Destiny, is that a big deal, or like, I
mean, I guess to some people who are super into it and trying to level up, every day doing raids and stuff, I can see where that would be a big deal. It doesn't affect me that much.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I could understand why people would be angry with that. I don't know, the way you set that up, it kind of makes me think that it sounds like more of a technical error. It's weird that they would lie about that.
Well, I know in their response, they didn't act like it was an error. Like they said, like, we're going to be more transparent up front. Like, we've heard your feedback and stuff.
That's so weird.
Just from everything I've listened to a bunch of stuff about it, and it does not seem like it was an error.
Huh.
Again, I don't know for sure.
When you say it sounds right, when this stuff has come up in like kind of funny games daily, my brain, I've been doing something else, so I kind of tuned that part out.
Yeah.
The background noise. So what you're saying sounds right, but I guess for me and Dark, you can look into your stuff to see more.
Yeah, and anyone listening, like I'm not a big Destiny guy. I've just heard this stuff this week, and that's been part of the outrage of this week is people talking about this, and I mean, it's a minor thing, but it is a little weird to have, to not be upfront about that.
Why can't these games just be normal, man?
I mean, are you still playing Destiny at all at this point?
I am. I'm only doing. I usually play. Well, I say this. I haven't played probably in a couple weeks, but I usually try to do the weekly strikes and stuff with a group of friends.
Have you been satisfied with everything going on? Okay, I mean, I know some people like who play it a lot have been kind of dissatisfied with the content drops and stuff.
No, yeah, I've heard, or I guess I've seen a lot of forums and stuff talking about how the in-game isn't as good as Destiny 1, but I don't know. I don't really understand that it doesn't seem to be any different than the Destiny 1 in-game, I don't think. I think people forget how bare bones Destiny was before the Taken King DLC.
Right.
And like, I don't think this is any different. Maybe people were expecting something better, and that's a good thing. Like, Destiny 2 should have been better with its in-game, but I don't think it's any worse by any means.
Yeah.
I think it's just what Destiny is. You're grinding to get the level 305, and then when the next DLC comes out, then you can have a little more to do.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think most of the complaints have come from people who play it like a lot, and I feel like the Destiny 2 content releasing is kind of being more built for casual players. Mm-hmm. People are just playing it every now playing it a little bit each week, And I guess I don't know if Destiny's worried about putting too much out and it just getting lost in there. But so I guess it's just the hardcore people are the ones who are getting left behind with this. But
that's fair.
If you if you're a casual Destiny player, you might be happy. Like Will,
like me,
seems to be happy. Yeah. So, yeah, I called you a casual though, Will.
Yeah. I'm a casual gamer.
I think you're supposed to insult me back after that or something. But
I'm just leaving. Well, you like Doki Doki Literature.
I do. It's one of those, like, the name sounds so bad because it's supposed to. It plays on your expectations, so it's hard to explain that away, especially when I don't want to give things away. So I have to say, trust me, play Doki Doki Literature Club, and I can't explain to you why that name is not as bad as it sounds because that would be a spoiler.
When you asked me about it, I figured it was a bad anime Alex show.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I mean, it's been getting popular. Like big name people have been playing it. Well, it's just because it plays on your expectations so much. It's something I've never seen a video game do, where it just like it hides as one thing, and like even the advertisement, nothing. Like if you just saw this, you would not. Like they made this game completely basing it off of people like spreading the word, and it's just kind of cool. I'm happy to finally be on one of these things, like one of these big like, oh my god, look at this game. And it was because it's free. It's completely free.
Wait, isn't Doki Doki a franchise or no?
Doki Doki must mean something because I know there's been lots of games.
I've definitely heard it before.
It's
I don't
like
know
Heartbeat or something. I don't know.
That might be.
Looking it up.
Okay, let's go on.
Yeah.
Okay, this comes from Saruman from Gamatsu. Sega has officially announced Valkyria Chronicles 4 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. It will launch in the Americas and Europe in 2018. In Japan, where an Xbox One version will not be released, no surprise there. It will launch for PS4 on March 21st, 2018. It's for Switch in the summer 2018. The game takes place during the events of the first game, and it also returns to the gameplay of the first game.
Jeff, how hyped does that make you?
Make me pretty hyped.
Oh, you played the first one?
Yeah, for most of it, yeah.
Did you play the one no one likes?
No, the original was the only one I played. I was like, when I guess you're talking about Valkyria Revolution?
Yeah, I don't remember
the newest one. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, I'm not going to get this right away, but I may get it later. Then I saw people talking about it. I was like, oh, nope, not getting this one.
It's one of the only JRPG, well, I guess you can call it a JRPG that I've been interested in. But I haven't played it, but I definitely have thought about buying it a few times. It looks cool.
Gameplay is really awesome.
Yes.
I only played a little bit of it, not because I didn't like it. I just got busy with other things. But it's a slow paced gameplay because it's kind of like a strategy RPG thing like that. But it's very unique, the way you do it. It's like turn based but 3D, and you move your characters around.
Fire Emblem or something like that. We're grid based and everything. You move characters around. Yeah, you're actually moving the character and doing aiming and stuff.
That's cool.
So it like mixes like aiming with like the turn based thing. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. And it has a very cool like World War II-esque setting.
Yeah, the setting looks awesome.
Then it went full anime, and now it's going back to less anime.
Good.
Yay. Less anime.
But I like the like mixture between it was like World War II-esque, but it wasn't like gritty and dark. It was still like kind of like feel good.
Yeah.
And the characters were really good. Like Welkin and I forgot her name.
Alicia.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I'm excited for the Switch version. That one's I'm getting that.
Yeah, it just says summer.
That's for Japan though. We don't know when we're getting any version.
Okay. Yeah, so all of that might be.
Yeah. We could get at the end of
2019 for us.
we could. We could get the end of 2018. Just get them all at once.
It's pretty cool that they announced it so late.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, especially. I hope it's not too much later for
Actually, 3 or 4 months for Japan.
which is crazy.
March 21st.
March, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, did you like the game? Like, I wasn't expecting a gameplay, or like I wasn't expecting as much as they showed. It's kind of surprising.
It made me happy. I'm excited. Yeah, this is definitely what I'm looking forward to.
Cool. Well, we'll definitely talk about that more.
I'm going to assume this is like Final Fantasy, or you're gonna play those type of things where not knowing the story, like you don't have to play other games to completely get to the story. Especially this is the same time. They'll probably reference some stuff that happened during the first game, because they're going on at the same time, same war, all that kind of stuff. But
yeah. Especially with how long it's been, it would be smart for them to make it you not have to play the other ones.
But that is exciting.
Yes.
Okay. Next thing. In the latest issue of Weekly Jump, it revealed My Hero Academia 1 Justice, a new battle action game from Bandai Namco for PlayStation 4 and Switch. A trailer will debut at Jump Fest 2018, which runs from December 16th to 17th. Now, you guys this means nothing to you.
Nope. You go ahead,
Nothing.
Jeff.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, well, Dari, you've heard me and Alex talk about My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the new big thing. It's like, no, I mean, real talk, though. A bunch of random people are getting into this anime.
It's hot.
Yeah,
everyone's
hot
into
anime.
it.
Yep.
Critics are raving.
I'm being serious, though.
I'm kidding, Joe. I'm kidding.
Darby, you're a jerk.
Yeah.
I know. I'm
Get out.
So does it look like? I mean, what have you seen? Do we just know it's a game? Like,
We've seen some magazine scans.
I would just worry about it being a cheap version.
Here's the thing, though. That's like definitely not a day one buy. I want this game to be good. I want a good My Hero Academia game. I don't know if you remember, Dory, but when we did that whole topic about games, I wanted My Hero Academia game.
I do remember
but
that.
It was Arc Systems finding it like Dragon Ball Fighters, but not this. But I'll take what I can
It's
get.
still a game.
Baby steps.
Yeah. I mean, does Japan have a better history of turning? I mean, like for us, it would be like a TV show or a movie or something into a game. For them, anime. Like in America, we have a bad history of movie games being terrible.
Yeah.
Does Japan have a similar problem?
I mean, there's all those One Piece games, Dragon Ball Z games. It's pretty much the same thing. They can be hit or miss.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
Could be good, could be bad.
I doubt it's going to be absolutely amazing. It'll probably be good at best.
No.
Or more likely it'll be kind of mediocre.
Yeah. If it's passable, just the fan service alone might be nice.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm sure Alex will also be into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the series lends itself to an action game?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, this is a really good anime. I'm happy to see it being popular because I read it like as it was starting. Seeing it being popular here makes me happy.
Popular in America, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The anime is getting really popular here.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so next story. More announcements. This comes from Brian Barnett from IGN. PlayerUnknown's Battleground is currently in development for mobile platforms. Mobiles.
Everyone pull out your mobile and get ready.
Yeah. Publisher Tencent announced that it and developer Bluehole are working to port PUBG to smartphones, with the mobile version to release first in China. Tencent has yet to announce a release date or provide information regarding any plans to launch the game in areas outside of China. Additional details about the port will be revealed in the near future.
So, boys, you have any interest in PUBG on your smartphone?
This is gonna be bad, right?
Horrible, right? I mean, like, is there any chance of this being halfway decent?
Okay, here's the thing, though. Okay, I didn't update the story, but apparently there are 2 PUBG games being made from mobile devices.
Okay. All right. Well, two different questions. Two different questions for you guys.
As well.
Question number 1: any chance of this being good, like an actual good game?
No, because either they're gonna try to port the exact gameplay, and that's not gonna run well on our phone in any way.
Question number 2: is this gonna sell?
China,
I think
probably.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
I could see. I mean, like everyone's gonna try it at least. Like I feel like that first week, everyone, especially
if it's free.
If it's free,
yeah, everyone's gonna try it. We would try it.
Oh, I'll absolutely download it and try it. Yeah. I have a feeling in America it will not retain. It will not retain sales. In China, it might retain that.
Yeah. I mean, especially if here, it's on everything at that point. Well, even if it's on PC and Xbox, but people will be playing it on there. Why would you?
If it's like a completely different server that is just for mobile players, then I could see it being.
I would imagine that to be because
I would hope so.
Yeah,
mouse and keyboard against mobile phones. That just
no. If it was mixed servers, I don't understand.
Well, it feels like this is the only reason PUBG is going to mobile is because of how big PUBG is, and goes. It's not like they were like, you know what, PUBG would work great on phones. It's because it's huge.
Yep.
I feel like the only way this works, and it would only kind of work even then, is if they really make this a different game, basically.
Well,
like if they try to have like the same full map and everything, and you're trying to move your PUBG guy, it's hard enough to control PUBG right now on the mouse and keyboard because it's janky and everything. It's part of the game, but like on your phone,
yeah. But here's also something. Like I said, they're working on 2 mobile games apparently.
Yeah.
It's not in this article, so I imagine that one will be different. But also the thing is, how are they gonna make like PUBG game it being different, but also be interesting because PUBG's about the gameplay. It's not like the characters or the environment or anything. That's the generic.
well, there is none.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The thing that's like, I don't know exactly how it lends itself to a different kind of game.
They should have just focused on getting their own game out first and putting it on consoles. Don't know why this is a part.
Hey, that's coming out in less than 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
and at 30 frames per second, man. They're working hard.
Okay, it is. I just sorry, I missed that article. I just assumed it was a different company, but it is Bluehole. But I mean, Bluehole's getting bigger, so I mean, it might just be completely new people working on this. Might not be any of the people that are actually working on PUBG now. But it's kind of crazy that this game is technically not even out yet, but it's like going to all these phones and doing all this stuff.
Yep.
When is it released to Xbox One? It's like
December
in a few
12th.
weeks, right? Yeah, not very long from now.
Yep. And despite what we said earlier, I'm not getting it because I realized I had to get Xbox Live. That's another $60. I'm not doing that. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we don't have friends.
Exactly.
You don't have friends who. All right, yes, you have Kyrie and Alex. Cool, Alex.
They're not going to go away from Overwatch.
This is true.
Okay, moving on. Staying with PUBG for a second. It was announced that the first gameplay footage from PUBG's new desert map will be shown during the Game Awards.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool for people who like PUBG.
Yep.
PUBG needs new maps.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think they also hinted at they're working on a third like island map.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So
add some Far Cry into this.
Yeah. Okay, next thing. This is short. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to the West.
You happy, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. It was not confirmed yet, but no surprise. But
if you haven't noticed, Jeff made the news this week.
I always make the news, though.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Moving on. They do this couple quick release dates. Ukulele's coming to Switch December 14th. Yay, whatever. Now,
Are you gonna get Ukulele?
He already has Ukulele.
Oh, just not on Switch.
On PS4.
And he already doesn't like it, right?
I backed it.
Oh.
It's a sad tale. We don't want to talk. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Disappointment of the year. Okay. Game Beast is finally coming to PS4 on December 12th.
About time.
So we're getting there, right?
You're playing that with us, Will.
What is a Gang Beast?
You had to have seen this
Okay,
game. You probably
okay.
just don't know the... Hey, I'll look it up. You read the news.
I'm such a
I'll
casual.
You are
Jeez.
casual.
There's no way
Are you
haven't seen
even
this
a gamer?
I don't belong here.
Oh, but this is a Let's Play, right? We're doing this.
Oh, 100%.
He's looking.
You can count on it.
Okay, stay with talk about PSX some more. This comes from Seth G. Macy from IGN. The PlayStation Experience 2017 panel lineup features...
Oh, Will. You keep going.
Feature looks
I
at both the past and future of some of the platform's biggest games. Casting crew of The Last of Us Part 2, including Neil Druckmann, Haley Gross, and key members of the game's cast will be on hand on Saturday, December 9th at 6:30, I assume Pacific time. God, to talk about the making of the most recent trailer for the upcoming game. Sucker Punch will be talking about the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima in a panel moderated by Brian Altano at 3:30 Pacific time.
So you've never seen this?
How?
I've never seen this game in my
life. Do you
life.
even watch Let's Plays? Sucker Punch is using the panel as an opportunity to share a little more about the recently announced Ghost of Tsushima.
What is the goal of this game? Brian Altano.
Media Molecule is hosting a panel on the development of Dreams. Is including a very special guest among its panelists at 12:30 Pacific time. Exactly.
Coming to Dreams.
There are also some more panels not listed here, but those are obviously the most interesting ones.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima should be cool to see.
What if Kojima comes out and says, Dreams is Death Stranding, here you go, this is it.
We have merged
Out
our
now.
properties.
I made Death Stranding with Dreams.
Yeah, I made it inside Dreams.
Death Stranding was made only using Dreams.
Let's see, you control these little dudes and like you have to knock each other off the platform. The controls are like intentionally horrible and it's hilarious. Like it just lends itself
Funny costumes.
so well.
Nice.
I'm
down with stupid games like this.
Yeah.
One of us has to get this game.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well get it because it will probably be at my house. And
Did y'all ever play Surgeon Simulator?
Yes.
That's a good one.
I mean, this is a similar type of thing where it's like an intentionally bad game, basically. It's just so much fun to play.
They announced for the PS4 in 2014. It's been out on PC since 2014.
What the heck?
And everyone's like, why isn't this thing coming out on console?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it would be that hard to port, but I mean, like...
That's us, our ignorance talking.
That is our ignorance talking.
Yeah. Okay. Next story. A Reddit user leaked what is apparently an internal EA email that focused on Faye and A Way Out. And here's some tidbits from it. Both games should be at PSX. Faye, however it comes out in February. A Way Out is apparently coming out in 2019 now.
Yeah, which is not what I would have expected.
Yeah. And Faye will be featured in a Nintendo Direct in January.
So good news and bad news. Faye coming out in February is really cool.
I'm excited.
I'm very interested in that.
Especially, we already knew it's coming on Switch, but if it's day and date.
Yes. Yeah. I'll. That's a game I'd definitely probably wait for. If it's not, like I would wait for the Switch version.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But it like scratches that Ori and the Blind Forest itch.
Yeah.
That
and
type of art style
we should see both games next week.
Yes.
Based on this.
Cool.
And Nintendo Direct in January.
Mm-hmm. I hate that A Way Out's that far away, though.
Yeah.
That does suck.
And they said it was going to be like first half next year, I thought.
It's weird that they showed it this E3 then.
But, I mean,
something
correct me if I'm
must
wrong.
have happened.
I thought they said it was going to come out like early 2018.
Sounds right. And that would make sense for showing it, and especially showing that much of it.
Yeah, I don't see that as a game that you would intentionally want to show twice at E3.
Yeah.
I doubt it was intentional. Yeah. Something probably happened in development. I mean, like, to already say now that it's going to be all the way to 2019, something must have really happened in development. But, I mean, regardless, I'll play that game in 2019. I mean, it's a bummer, but however long they need to make it, it's very interesting. I'm very interested in that game, yeah.
Also, I'm very excited that we have confirmation, assuming this is all true. It looks like it is. The Nintendo Direct in January. We all figured, but so that'll be exciting. Now
it's just going to be the terrible Switch conference again. They're just going to replay it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now we got a couple. Well, maybe not as many as I thought.
The best news.
Yes, the best news. A bit of silly news. So we're gonna do it.
We'll
Seth G. Macy from IGN. Nintendo is partnering with Kellogg to release a Super Mario themed cereal that has amiibo functionality.
Heck yeah, they are.
The cereal box's confirmed amiibo functionality will allow players to tap the limited edition box on the Nintendo Switch and receive gold coins or heart in Super Mario Odyssey.
How many grown men and women are going to be in a Target with a bunch of Super Mario cereal, buying it out where the kids can't buy it?
Millions.
And I will be one of those.
As a huge fan of cereal, I can't wait for this.
Fans of the genre.
I wonder what it's going to taste like. I'm way more excited about the cereal aspect.
I'm sorry, just sidebar, Will. If I just buy you a black shirt with white letters that just says cereal, will you wear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like cereal. I don't need that amiibo. I'll give the amiibo to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, that means you just give us the box.
Yeah. So we're getting it, right? We're trying this cereal.
I feel
even if it's terrible cereal, we're trying it.
I imagine people, will definitely get it just for the collector's part of it.
I'm getting it just because it's Super Mario cereal.
I just want to think about what it's gonna taste like.
I think it's technically coming out it's gonna come out in December.
Is it gonna be?
I hope it's not
gold coins.
I hope it's not just. What's the? It has marshmallows and stuff in it. So what's the cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. I'm hoping it's not just Lucky Charms. Basically.
Can I look like that? I don't know.
Lucky Charms are pretty good though.
They're
I won't be too disappointed.
But like, if it is like Lucky Charms, it's probably just going to be like worse Lucky Charms. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Because they know that they don't have to put that much effort into it. Because they're just like, look, Mario, buy it, you fools.
Yep.
Also, I hope it's not like in like LA or something. I hope it's everywhere.
Fun fact: unless they really overprice this is the cheapest amiibo you can buy.
Yep.
That's a good point.
I wonder what the amiibo would get you. Probably not
no,
much.
They just
It's
said
gold
you
coins.
go coins and hearts.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I know the wedding gown Peach amiibo gives you hearts, and people find that very useful for when their heirs they die a lot. So the hearts, I imagine then you'll get 6.
Have you heard about the exploit in Super Mario? There's some apparently the darker zone or something that I don't know the specifics about, but apparently you can bypass the entire thing.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
But they're gonna patch it.
Yeah.
So if you want to look it up, if you want to get that, if you want to do that before they patch it out.
Yeah, scrubs. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on. Alex Osborne from IGN. More Nintendo news. Nintendo's new console was an incredibly popular item over the Thanksgiving weekend. According to Adobe Digital Insights via Market Insider, Switch was the best-selling product among online retailers on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. While competing platforms like PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were available at a discount, Nintendo's console was not even on sale. Switch selling like hotcakes.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Okay, more good Black Friday news. We're going to Sony. This is from Brendan Sinclair from GameIndustry.biz. There was no mourning for Sony this Black Friday. In an interview with CNBC, the company's head of PlayStation Network said the PlayStation brand saw record sales for post-Thanksgiving U.S. holiday weekend. Quote, "We had the biggest Black Friday in PlayStation history. We sold more consoles than we ever have in our 22-year history, and PlayStation Plus is a natural addition to that purchase." So Sony and Nintendo had pretty big Black Fridays.
Great.
We have not heard one way or the other for Xbox.
Which is not good.
The silence probably speaks volumes.
Yeah. So yeah, I imagine they'll bring
Which is
this up
interesting
during
with the
PSX.
Xbox One X. It's like we're probably never gonna know, but I want to know how much it's selling.
Yeah.
And, but the fact that we're not hearing much might say something.
Let's go back to the Switch thing real quick. I guess it kind of makes sense, but I'm kind of surprised it sold that much just because it's not being on sale. Why that weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a big consumer weekend period,
Yeah.
so it's probably a lot of people.
Just,
I mean, kind of like me.
oh wait,
were waiting
okay,
and
I just
then
realized
finally
I
pulled
kind of
it.
get it. Oh wait, never mind.
All right.
Doesn't get it.
I mean, like there might have been people also.
I'll let you know after this.
People might have also been waiting to see if there was going to be a sale, and then
Yeah.
there wasn't. They're like, all right, screw it, I'll buy it.
Makes sense
I
why
mean,
they
the
want it on
Switch
sale.
hype and temptation is real.
Yeah.
Trust me, I got one now
Yeah.
finally, and I didn't get it for any cheaper than if I had got it with you. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you know.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking that when I played Xenoblade earlier, I saw your thing and I was checking to see.
Oh God, don't tell me.
65 hours in Zelda, Darby.
Well done.
It's like, you're going for that thing fast.
It's so good.
It is. Okay, the next story comes from Jordan Alleman from IGN. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice has sold 500,000 copies, turning a profit only 3 months after its launch. The news was revealed in a post on the Ninja Theory company blog alongside the final episode of its 30-part developer diary series, which you can obviously watch on their YouTube. $13 million of revenue has been generated by the game in the first 3 months, with 500,000 units accountable for the return, allowing Ninja Theory to break even on an experimental independent AAA project. Yay, Ninja Theory.
Yay, Hellblade! That's great. I'm wanting this game to sell more and more.
Yep.
We talk about it. We talked about it a lot this year. This game's really cool, really important.
I mean, we haven't talked that much this year. It's only been out for 3 months.
Yes, that is true. I just feel like we have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big for the message it's doing. It's big for the, it's a AA game. Kind of that mid tier. It never happens. It was such an ambitious independent project, and it's really cool.
Ooh, I just realized something. I think this normally happens. Doesn't PSN normally do like a Game Awards sale for nominees and stuff around the time? What if Hellblade will be on sale?
Probably.
I'll get it. Then.
Yeah, I wanna
Is
get
it still 30? It's $30, I'm guessing still.
Yeah.
Which even that's not bad. It's
I
like
know,
really
it's
not that bad of a price.
No, it's one of those things. If it's on sale, I'll jump on it.
Also, I'm like I predicted last week. I think this game is going to get a lot of awards. So like that might.
It's one of those things
Yeah,
where
for whatever that
Yeah,
means,
it's really
but
good
it's
and
good.
deserves its awards. But some of the categories it's in, it's like, why wouldn't it be this game? Like the sound design, I'm
It's
going
one
to
of
get
those, like-
personally offended if it doesn't
Oh,
win.
that's the one where I'm like, yeah. If
It's-
anything else wins, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
And I'll take your word for the voice acting one because I've heard other people say that too.
Yeah,
I just-
mean that one I could see more going other. Like I think it would be fair, whatever, if it goes other directions. But audio design, no game comes close.
And speaking of voice acting, in a blog post,
Greg way.
Yep. I was like, I have to stop this here and go on. This is too perfect. In a blog post, Deck 9 announced that Hannah Tell and Ashley Birch will be returning to play Max and Chloe in the Before the Storm bonus episode Farewell.
Yay!
Now
You
this
played all that
weird.
game?
No, we still only played that. Me and Jeff still only played episode 1 of.
I'm not in a
Storm.
hurry because the third episode's not out yet. So
Yeah.
the,
Although we're kind of slacking on our spoiler cast duties because we did the first one.
yeah.
We kind of left that there. But
There it is.
eventually they'll be like, here's 2 and 3.
yeah. But kind of weird thing about this is technically taking place before the storm.
It's weird.
So it's going in like chronologically. Ashley
So-
Birch, someone else. Ashley Birch.
Exactly. Yeah, Ashley Birch will play the older Chloe, the really young Chloe, and someone else will play the individual.
Yeah, people
Chloe.
were kind of. I don't even know if they like Deck 9 or people said this, but people were kind of like to make themselves feel better about the different voice actors. Like, okay, this is younger Chloe, so that's why her voice is different. They're destroying all that. They're destroying the illusion. But I'm
I
happy
mean,
about this.
either way, I mean, this is almost just a throw. Like, this is. It's more of a feel-good thing anyway. Like, even if it doesn't make complete sense voice acting-wise, it's
I
like,
know.
this is a short little thing. It's like, Ashley Birch gets to do this maybe one last time, depending on what they do.
No, in a strange way, and let you know if you feel differently. The
Life
whole
is strange.
Yes.
Life is strange.
The whole voice acting thing, that being different for the story makes it a little more special
Yeah.
because it's her returning to the wall, quote unquote.
I do want to, like, and I getting lost in the whole mix is that the girl who replaced Chloe did a very good job.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I want her to be congratulated. I kind of, like, feel bad for her that everything's just been, like, Ashley Birch, or, like, where's
Yeah.
Ashley Birch? And she's back. You know, she did a very good job.
And I saw some people bring up when the whole voice acting strike thing, I was like, maybe they should patch Ashley Birch back in. I'm like, no.
I know.
That's
not
not
gonna.
That's I mean, for one thing, she's doing great. So
Yeah.
but that's a dick move.
That's a like Peter Dinklage, Nolan North type thing. Did they do that with Destiny? They replaced all of his dialogue.
Yep.
Peter Dinklage. I mean, it's because Peter Dinklage did a bad job as part of it, but
Yeah. Okay. So next story, kind of a interesting one. This comes from Jason Schreier from Kotaku. It's the 1 year anniversary of Final Fantasy XV's launch, which means it's nearly time for Square Enix to finish the game. The studio announced plans to let you play it all as one of Noctis's pals. The feature, which will be implemented at some point before the new downloadable content episode Ignis that drops on December 13th, will allow you to use an overlay menu to switch to Gladiolus, Ignis, or Prompto. Each of their combat mechanics will be based on their respective DLCs. Why in the world are they adding this a year later?
So that I can play it, Jeff. You just got it.
they just know that
They're
Will
like-
will say, "Oh, Will's just now playing this game."
So it's this is another thing adding on to the whole thing.
Oh.
Makes us feel bad about, whenever we get to
This
skin that we
game,
waited.
the story of Final Fantasy 15 has been the longer you wait to play it, the better the game gets.
Will, I don't know if you know this, but just a couple months ago, they added that you could drive off-road.
Yeah.
That wasn't originally in the
Like,
game.
honestly, really, people who got this game excited about it and played it first, objectively, like, they got the worst version of the game. Like, you want to wait a few more years? It might.
Yeah.
This game might be like
I'll
best
delete
game
it.
of all time in
And
10
there's
years.
one chapter in particular that's apparently awful, and they
Yeah,
fixed it somewhat.
Yeah.
I mean, they
I'm just
added
gonna-
like story cutscenes.
Yeah.
They added so much.
I'm gonna delete it, and then when I reinstall it next year, it's gonna be 120 gigabytes, and it's gonna be game of the decade.
Here's
Fantastic.
the first 1 terabyte game.
So, wait. So, it was in early access until now, right? Final Fantasy 15? Yeah.
As far as I know.
Might still be for all I know. What else they're gonna add?
This game's so weird. I mean, I know it's a good game and
It
everything.
is a strange game. With just the story behind it, how long it took, the game itself and the characters, it's not bad. It's just weird. Everything is weird.
You need to start playing it with me so we can trade notes.
We should. We should take very vigorous notes.
I'm already playing 2 long JRPGs at the same time.
We have to share what we cook. I think you can cook a lot of things in there. Share our Prompto's pictures, whatever pictures that Prompto takes.
You say fishing? That's DLC.
Huh?
That's VR.
You
VR
can
too,
fish.
yeah.
You can fish.
But not truly fish. Like
You won't like feel the rod, which I think you still can't in VR. But
Yeah, because PlayStation.
But no, Jeff.
Move
In
doesn't
my
have HD
1 hour of Final Fantasy 15, I caught a fish and gave it to a cat, and you can't take that away from me, Jeff.
That's pretty good.
I would never want to take that away from you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna end our new segment with a normal thing: PS Plus versus Xbox games with gold.
Let's do it with Crown the Victor.
Yep. PS Plus this month: Darksiders 2, Definitive Edition for PS4.
All right.
Kung Fu Panda: Showdown of Legendary Legends for PS4.
Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
I wonder if that's one of those games based off movies that are actually good.
Oh, it's probably like the best game of all time.
Yeah. Siberia Collection for PS3. X-Blaze Lost Memories for PS3. Forma.8 PS Vita and PS4. And Wanted Corp for PS Vita.
Better than last month,
Can't
but
I mean, Kung Fu Panda. This is the best month. I don't know what you're saying, Will.
all hail this month.
Are you disgracing the name Poe? Poe, I think.
Dameron?
Poe sounds right. I don't know if I've ever watched that movie.
I haven't seen any of the 3, I believe. There's three of them.
that's right.
I do think so.
And I think there's a TV Christmas special or something.
Yeah, I think there's a whole TV show.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure.
Jack Black's gone downhill.
Have y'all played Darksiders before?
Nope.
I'm take it you do not like Darksiders.
I don't know. It's just like whatever. I'll download it, but
Isn't it just like
I think at least the
gritty?
original Darksiders is considered a decent Zelda clone.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
I've
isn't
heard
it
of
just like
Zelda.
weird gritty Zelda basically?
yeah, I think so.
I will say I've never played Darksiders. I do not like the art style of Darksiders. I don't
Yeah, it's
like.
kinda weird.
I don't like how the characters look. They have these weird meaty hands and stuff.
Yeah,
I used to always get it mixed up with Dark Souls.
I have never gotten it mixed up with Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's because of the names and me not really paying attention to which is which.
I mean, I guess every single one of my friends, except for me and you, are obsessed with Dark Souls. So
Yeah.
it was a
y'all
constant part
tried
of my life.
Dark Souls?
No, not really. I like.
I have Bloodborne.
Yeah, Alex
Bloodborne's
handed
good.
I haven't
Alex
played it.
handed me his controller and was like, "Fight this Bloodborne boss that's in the middle of the game." And I'm like, "Okay." I walk up and get one shot, and I'm like, "All right, cool."
Bloodborne is a very good game.
I know it is. Yeah.
Okay, games for gold. Warhammer End Times Vermintide for Xbox One. Back to the Future the Game 30th Anniversary Edition, Xbox One. Child of Eden for Xbox One and Xbox 360. And Marlo Briggs in the Mask of Death, Xbox One and Xbox 360. I got teased. I wasn't thinking when I saw Child of Eden. I was thinking it was Child of Light, and I got excited for 2 seconds. Then I realized, oh, that's not it.
What is Child of Eden? I know I've heard the name, but
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't even
I was
know.
gonna say Crown of Victor. I don't even know if I can. I don't know. All right, PS4 gets it because of Kung Fu Panda. That's mine.
Sure.
That's my vote. I don't know about you guys.
Back to
And
the
people
Future.
like Darksiders. Like even if like a lot,
Yeah, I agree.
some people don't, but I feel like PlayStation is probably better because of that. Because there is a fan base out there that likes it a lot.
I agree.
Okay.
Give me 1 second because I'm just curious about something, and we're out of news.
All right, let's vamp. Will. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
are we?
Kind of stopped up.
Kung Fu Panda has a 60% on Metacritic.
I just wrote.
It's
That's
not complete.
surprising.
It's not complete
Jeff a
garbage.
message.
Let's see if he sees it.
Let's see, let's see it.
Hi.
Perfect.
You've solved our puzzle.
Yep. Okay, guys. So we're done with the news. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess we'll
Party.
end this right now, and we'll start over, and I might put them together.
Okay.
And I'll just use editing magic if not. So
Ooh,
you
your
might
magic.
be seeing us in a second. You might not.
Yeah.
If not, so like if I don't add them together, check on YouTube definitely for our what is it, Jeff? You're the one that made this game.
The Game Awards PSX betting special game thing.
Extravaganza.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So on YouTube, podcast services, whatever it's going to be, just check it out, Nerds at Large. Thank you so much for listening.
Yep, thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.